Hi everyone and welcome to this video, Some Frontier video. Now, tonight I'm going to do something that I've probably only done kind of once or twice before. I'm going to do an unboxing video. The reason I'm going to do one of those is because I think I have something here that will warrant being unboxed. I've also thought about what I'm going to have for my dinner tonight, and I've got to be honest, the choice of what I wanted to have, it might not be able to happen. However, here is the item in its box. Now, I'm going to use a knife to open this. Now, I would like to say, please be careful when operating these things. These can hurt. So, don't go running around with that. If you do not believe that you're capable of using a knife, get a responsible adult to help you. Obviously, I'm not a responsible adult, so I shouldn't even be doing this. Oh yeah, and if you're having a meltdown, put the knife away, because you could harm someone with it. Okay. Now, I don't know how they managed to send it, because it doesn't have an address on it. Okay, now we're going to do a cut. Normally the first cut is the deepest, but in this case, I don't want to slash whatever's inside. Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna. Sorry about this. I have misplaced my tripod. There we go. Slice the tape off that side, and here's to slicing it off on the other side. Alright. Okay. So, there's a couple of game cartridges in here. So, yeah, these are Electronic Arts Football 98. So it's not what I thought it was, actually, I don't think. To be honest, I thought the box was going to be too small for this. It turns out I'm wrong. However, it's still kind of worth an unboxing. This is actually a Sega Genesis, or as it's known where I am from, a Sega Megadrive. So I've got a few games. I have a controller. I'm presuming this is the power supply. And here is the unit itself. Yes, it is a Mega Drive. There's a 16-bit sign on it. Now, this is a Mark 1, so it will play most Master System games, if you talk to it nicely. There's some that it doesn't play. Oh, and here's something that I have found out, because I do still have a Master System, is that if you don't have a Master System controller, and yes, they are becoming more difficult to find, you can use a Sega Megadrive or Genesis controller. Now, unlike Nintendo, who actually radically changed the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, for, you know, the US market. They made the nice and sleek one that the Japanese use for us, and then they made this great big ugly behemoth of a thing for the American market. Apart from the name change, for some reason they couldn't actually use the name Mega Drive in the States, so they had to call it the Genesis. However, it is the same. I do believe that the volume knob is, the actual knob itself is broken off, but the stock is still there. This has a reset button. Has an on-off switch, which kind of feels a wee bit soft. There's probably a wee bit of grime. I probably should open it up and take a look-see. There's a headphone jack on the Sega Megadrive Mark 1 as well. Now with the Megadrive Mark 1, you can actually use... This is not good. I am definitely going to have to perform some sort of surgery on this. You can actually use, by way of this DIN connector, a composite lead. You don't have to be going on with that RF nonsense. And then there's a power jack. And then there is, obviously, the RF out. So, let's crack it open. Let's crack everything else open and see what I've got. Gonna need 2 hands for this, so I'm gonna set the camera down. Okay, so here's the console. It's completely unboxed. Put those knives out of the way. Right. So what we have, an RF switching lead. Sega Genesis power adapter. I believe this one will also work with the Master System Mark 1 as well. Or Mark 2, I can't remember. And a Sega Megadrive controller. I've been spending too much time chatting to American people. And I think you can tell because I call it the Genesis rather than the Megadrive. Which is a very naughty thing to do. However, here it is. 20-odd-year-old console, and actually I'm not entirely sure, but I think you have to get an adapter to play Master System games. In fact, let me just check that. So here's one of the games I got with the Master System, and as you can see, it doesn't actually fit. But like I said, you can actually get an adapter to play these games. I just kind of wanted to make sure. However, this is a regular Mega Drive cartridge. I do have one of the favourites for the Mega Drive, and that's Aladdin. So I have to kind of find that out. Got that for Retro Fest. Which is still going to happen. It's just that the disability charity Action on Disability have been very busy, so it's like not being able to take on any new projects, and that includes, well, when I say not being able to take on anything new, just not really had time, apart from the exciting stuff they are doing. So we've had to kind of put Retro Fest on the back burner, but rest assured it is going to happen. And I do have another Mark 1 Mega Drive for that to happen. And yeah, I've got 2 football games and a Lotus Turbo Challenge. And I guess this is one of the last hurrahs for consoles that you could literally quadruple in size by clipping on a number of expansion packs. You've got the Sega CD, you've got Master System adapters. I think there's another, there's a Sonic, no, there's a 32-bit adapter that you can get for it as well. And it's, I mean, this console was, I think this console was basically when Sega was great. Yeah, I mean, there's Sonic CD, the CD extension, Sega CD, I call it Sonic CD. The Sega CD extension allowed you to play games such as Sonic CD, which apparently was really good, that I couldn't tell you. All I know is that there was a Sonic 3D version, and to be honest, I think after Sonic 1 and 2, well, I think after Sonic 2, I just didn't really like it, because, I mean, you're controlling the 3 characters all at once. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I prefer, call me old-fashioned, but I actually prefer Mario on the Nintendo. Talking of the Nintendo, you'll have noticed, I mean, I was yanking the cartridges out, and obviously seasoned Genesis fans are thinking, oh, well, that's obvious. But to be honest, I mean, it's, you know, I'm kind of used to, you know, Nintendo's more civilized approach, where you can actually eject the cartridge, although if memory serves me correctly, you do have to yank it out on the N64. I've not played my N64 for a wee while, so I wouldn't ken. But here we go, Sega Megadrive, or as it's known in America, the Sega Genesis.